Hey guys, welcome back to Millennial Homesteading. So today I thought that I would go over a frugal option for starting your seeds. A lot of people that want to get into gardening and want to start their start their plants from seed, they don't always have the most resources to go out and buy a bunch of stuff. And I know, especially those flats that I had, some people that have never done it before, they may not want to put money into something like that if they don't know if they're going to actually enjoy it. So one option for not having to purchase something to start your seeds in is to actually get like an old egg carton or some yogurt cups or sour cream in this case, something like that. It doesn't have to be special built for starting seeds in. Basically, all you need is something to hold your dirt and you can put your seeds in it. So today I've got some Italian large leaf basil that I'm going to be planting, and I've got some lavender that I've had cold stratifying. Now, cold stratifying is basically simulating winter. Certain seeds, lavender being one of them, require a period of cold temperature to more or less tell the seed to wake up when things start getting warm. And lavender is one of them. I know a lot of the mint family needs cold stratification. All of your perennial like bulbs and stuff of that nature for your flowers, they need cold stratification as well to do really well. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this open. One thing to note about cold stratification is it can take some time depending on your seed. For lavender, for example, the number that I got a whole lot was 6 weeks. So I've had these in the fridge for 6 weeks. And you want to check them frequently because you want to avoid stuff like that. That's mold that's starting to grow in there. So I'm probably going to just cut this whole section here out. So I'm going to lose all these seeds there. But it is what it is. Luckily, no mold grew in this bag. So this is going to be the main one that I draw from. But I'm going to go ahead and start filling up my egg carton. So your egg carton, it's already starting to tear apart. So I'm just going to go ahead and take these tabs off of here. And this is kind of going into more of the nature of the channel, if you will, the whole self-sufficiency, frugality, that mindset there. And so for each cell here, I'm just going to go ahead and put my potting mix in. And then I can go ahead and plant my seeds in it. Okay, so I've got my egg carton filled with my seed starting mix here. Just going to go ahead and make sure everything's nice and even all the way around. And it doesn't have to be a cardboard carton. These were actually given to me. I've never purchased a cardboard carton before in my life. I usually get the foam ones that come from like the bulk, or not bulk, but the big box stores, basically. Places like Walmart, Kroger, places like that. But I know that the fancier eggs, if you will, come in these cardboard containers. But they don't have to be cardboard. You can use the foam ones. You can use, like I mentioned earlier, cups like this. So I'll just go ahead and get it filled up. I'm going to put my basil in this cup here. We'll get it filled up here. Just like that. And like I mentioned before, make sure that your tabletop is clear of anything that's fancy that you don't want to get dirty because you're playing with dirt. But from here, we'll go ahead and open up our lavender. Alrighty. Now we will take our tweezers And the thing with lavender is it has to germinate with sunlight. It needs sunlight to germinate. So we're not going to cover this very deeply. If anything, we're just going to take a little bit of the soil next to it and kind of scratch it in. We don't want it to get completely covered up. But because it's already wet, we're going to use these tweezers here to kind of drop them into place. Maybe. Maybe we'll just have to use the old-fashioned method. That seems to work. This is the first time I've done this, so you're learning right along with me. So, okay, I have my lavender seeds put onto the top of the substrate. You can't see them because they're really small and the same color, but I'm pretty much just gonna kind of scratch them in, kind of just like this, kind of just patting them down almost. And then I'll take some of the soil here and just kind of sprinkle it on top. Really not a whole lot at all. And then we'll just kind of touch them down lightly just to make sure they have good contact with the seeds and the soil. And then we'll water them in and put them in a sunny location because, like I mentioned, they do need sunlight to germinate. And that's it for the lavender. And so an egg carton like this can make a pretty decent little seed starting tray. You don't have to go out and buy anything that you're not already buying, pretty much. So I'm going to start, for my basil, I'm going to use last year's nursery pots. Went ahead and washed them, sterilized them, made sure that there wasn't anything interesting living in it. And this is another great way of recycling. I mean, they tell you they want you to recycle on the package, right? So go ahead and recycle. One man's trash is another man's garden, I suppose. And really anything that can hold your soil, and obviously make sure you have your drain holes, but anything that can hold soil, you can plant it. It doesn't have to be pretty, it doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to work. And all right, so there's really no excuse not to start a garden of some sort, any size. You know, even if you're on a balcony, even if all you've got is a south-facing window, you know, there's always something that you can grow. And any one thing that you can do to make yourself just a little bit more self-sufficient is always worth doing it. So, you know, I hope this has inspired you to not only start seeds, but use what you have available. It doesn't have to be purpose-made, what have you. It can be just a sour cream container from the grocery store, stuff you've already got. So I just wanted to say thank you for watching, and I saw where my subscriber count went over 100 here this past week, so I really want to thank every one of y'all that made that happen. 100 people already. Wow. I really don't know what to say, and I really do feel blessed that so many people are interested in this kind of content. So I'm going to start really coming up with some really good stuff. I got a lot of stuff planned for the spring that I think you're going to really enjoy. We're doing a lot of work out in the yard, in the garden, getting stuff started. I've got a really cool project planned for later this summer too. So it's going to be a small construction project actually, but I can't say any more than that. But once again, you know, all of y'all, thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for engaging with me and not letting me feel like I'm just talking to a phone. But But yeah, I'm really honored that there's so many people actually want to see this, and I'm starting to ramble now. So I'll end this video here. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. God bless you. Keep us in your prayers, and we'll see y'all next week.